Hello there and welcome to this live video. I'm in my Cape Town office at the moment. This week we have been contacted by the activist Nadia Meer in Durban. Unfortunately I'm not there this week, but I decided that I'm going to catch up with her on Skype to find out what's happening around the country in the next couple of days related to the Palestinian matter. I know that they are doing lots of work on the ground there. The Global Walk, United for Freedom. I've got Nadia on Skype on my system here, and I'm going to chat to her via Skype. She's in the Durban office. I've got one or two questions for her related to the event coming up and how you can support the event. I know that as we talk about the Global Walk, United for Freedom, we're looking at remembering that this is 69 years of occupation, and Gaza is under siege for 10 years. So that's what we want to talk about to Nadia, and we welcome Nadia on Skype. But going directly into the first question, Nadia, is can you give us an update on the Palestinian matter?
It's very difficult to sort of talk about it in terms of being an update. I think things are ongoing. Certain things have remained. If we're speaking about the dispossession of people, of their land, and the violence that is perpetrated against people on a daily basis, and the killings, particularly our focus in this project is on the impact the occupation and the siege has on children. Well, that is, nothing's really changed. It's just a question of how severe any of those actions are at any given point in time. This morning I saw the latest statistic, a 15-year-old that was killed in the South Hebron Hills, where there are ongoing demolitions happening of homes of people.
Nadia, we understand the dynamics happening there and understand, and thank you for your comprehensive answer. Another question that I have for you is, do we see any shifts in dynamic or incidences and actions of note from Israel's perspective right now?
I think there is a lot on the global stage. I think there are shifts in terms of the softening of relations between Saudi Arabia, for example, and Israel, and that would certainly have ramifications going forward. But, the reality on the ground for the people that live it, and that's our focus, nothing really changes too much, even when political decisions are being made. And so this is one of the reasons behind the project, to get to the real people and to understand what they're living through and how they feel, and the youth in particular, because right now the current intifada, you've had the first intifada and the second one, and the current one that began in 2014 has been labeled the youth intifada, where youth don't feel that they have respected leadership and they're taking decisions for themselves.
Well, Nadia, in my view, it appears that none of it is stopping at this stage, and the activism needs to continue. I know that there's an event coming up in the next few days. Can you give us a focus of activism, and what do you wish to achieve through this level of activism with the event that's happening right now?
Well, Shamsan as a project serves as a platform for youth voices, for children and youth, to be able to communicate with the world, but also with each other. As you know, with the occupation, there's a restricted movement between Jerusalem and the West Bank. I mean, people that live in the West Bank can't access Al-Aqsa for prayer even. And there's absolutely no way that people in the West Bank can go into Gaza. Gaza is under siege and has been for the last 10 years. So this project sought to find connections and to allow young people to speak to each other and to the world. And an extension of that, so if we go back into what we've done, we're very new. We've tried to bring those voices to the fore. We're using social media. We have a Facebook page and we have various social media handles, and we're trying to get them to connect and to say what they want to say to the world and to each other. But it's done on a limited scale, of course. We've had a Pals for Peace tour that happened in July and August, and now taking this on forward, we felt there needed to be a bigger connection because of budgetary constraints and because it's not possible for children of Gaza to travel out. We thought, let's do it in a virtual way. So this campaign, it's the walk is part of a bigger campaign. We're calling it a global walk because there will be children walking all over the world. We have Italy and we have Lebanon, Palestinian children, refugee children in Jordan. We have them in West Bank, Jerusalem, in Gaza, and now here in South Africa as well. And the idea is to live stream from the walks. It's not a walk in isolation. These are people trying to connect with each other. If we cannot do it in a physical way, we can't go there and they can't come to us. We can do it in the virtual world, and this is what this seeks to do. We also have an ongoing United for Freedom social media campaign where we've invited youth to essentially send messaging, social messaging on their hands. The hands being significant because it's symbolic. It's what you use to connect with people, to shake hands, to clap hands. And so we've chosen that, and it really has been working well.
Nadia, thank you for that. Provide our viewers with the details, location, dress code, or any information related to the events coming up. What we're talking about for our viewers is the Global Walk United for Freedom happening in the next couple of hours and days across South Africa, and also remembering 69 years of occupation and 10 years under siege in the Gaza. And Nadia is going to tell us about the event that's happening on that.
Well, the best point of reference, I will say it, but please do visit our Facebook page. It's called Two Sons Shamsan. But the biggest events are happening in Johannesburg on the 25th. That's on Saturday. Starting in the afternoon, we have a booth, and this will happen in Marks Park in Johannesburg. And the walk itself will start at 5 p.m. on Sunday. In Durban and in Pietermaritzburg, the walk events in Pietermaritzburg starting at the Mountain Rise School. In Durban, we're walking at the beachfront, starting from the sun-kissed beach and going through to Milky Lane area on North Beach and turning around. We have programs and activities for the children, and Durban is linking directly, so is Pietermaritzburg, but we will all be linking up with Gaza, which is the largest of the walks. They have sought permission and they will be walking on the beach just like Durban is, and Gaza will be led by Muntasar Bakr, one of the survivors of the Gaza beach attack of 2014, when during a ceasefire that was agreed upon by Israel, their naval vessels shot and killed 4 young boys as they played with others on the beach. They were playing a soccer match. So the survivors will be leading this.
Nadia, the one aspect that I'm always concerned about is the fact that the Palestinian cause and this particular level of activism is not an invitation to Muslims only. I think that this is a humanitarian matter and people need to join in their numbers from that perspective. Can you shed some light on that in particular?
This walk is absolutely open to everyone. Shamsan as a project itself has really documented the voices of children, not only Muslim children. Of course, the Muslims are the majority in Palestine, but they certainly are. They are Muslims. They are Christians. Bethlehem, for example, is a Christian city, and there's the Church of the Nativity, which they believe is the birthplace of Jesus Christ. And so, even in our projects, we have included everyone, and Shamsan itself is supported by Jewish Voices for Just Peace, for example, one of our partners. So yes, we definitely will invite all participation. I think, yes, you're right, though, about the misconception that this really is a religious struggle, and that has served the mainstream narrative that it is a fight between the Jews and the Muslims, but that clearly is not the reality. It's a question of occupier and people being occupied.
Nadia, thank you for that, giving us this very brief roundup. I'm hoping that our viewers and my followers on social media, specifically around the country, will go out and support what you need to do. So the call is on you to go and do that. So thank you, Nadia, for that. Just to rehash, the Global Hawk, United for Freedom, and again understanding and remembering 69 years of occupation, 10 years under siege. Durban, you've got the details. That's happening on the 26th of November, and I'm just looking through the information here. You can join the Children of Palestine and the Walk Together and hashtag United for Freedom. Thank you for joining us on this Faizal Sayed Extra. Until next time, goodbye.